And I'm going to introduce the President and CEO of Kendall Packaging, Erickson. He's going to welcome everybody and bring them on. We'd like to thank the Governor for being here today, and like to thank all of you for joining us today and enjoying the celebration. So Eric, if you'd like to come on up.
Thank you, Stuart. I appreciate it. When Stuart came up with this idea of our celebration here in our open house, he brought it to me and said, "What do you think?" And I said, "Sounds like a great idea." He said, "Well, what do you think about speaking?" I said, "Ooh." I said, "You've seen me speak before. It's a lot like watching a dog walking on its hind legs. Even if it's done well, you're not sure it should be done at all." But he was persistent. And he was also good enough to get the governor to agree to come and join us today. We appreciate that. Governor Walker came to celebrate, he and his team, to celebrate with us, Kendall Packaging, some accomplishment that we have here. I want to thank you all for coming out today and celebrating with us, because this is a celebration. Governor Walker, when he came into office, had a plan for what he saw, a vision for Wisconsin. And he put his team together and they executed on that plan. They took the time to assess how they did and look back and say, hey, let's celebrate what we've done. And in talking with Governor Walker, he still has a lot to do, but we're proud of the accomplishments. And similarly, Kendall Packaging does the same thing on a day-to-day basis. We plan based upon our vision. Our vision for Kendall Packaging is to be the preferred source of flexible packaging solutions, products, and services. And in doing so, we take a look and say, well, how do we do that? How do we provide those packaging services and products to the best in the world? Not the biggest, but the best. And we put a plan together and we said, well, let's invest in some technology. Let's build a building to house that and to provide the opportunity for our employees to maximize their potential and growth, safe, stimulating work environment, and let's see if we can't do something. So what we're here today to do is to celebrate that vision, that plan, and this expansion. What we have today is, from where we were less than a year ago, we have doubled the manufacturing footprint of Kendall Packaging. We've added over 60,000 square feet. We brought on some of the latest technology. We've invested over $8 million in equipment, in technology, so that we can continue to move upon our vision to be the preferred source for flexible packaging solutions. And in doing so, we have brought on 16 people, 16 new employees to Kendall Packaging. 16 jobs, opportunities, good wage, and some security for them and their families. And so when this whole project is finished and filled out, and we've got all the equipment in here and running 24/7, we will have hired up to 45 people here in Wisconsin alone. Since 2008, in what I think is a relatively tough economy, has been, I think we've all seen that, we have invested over $13 million into Kendall, both here in our Kansas facility and our facilities in Mequon. And so this has been a wonderful execution on a plan. And we really have a lot to be thankful for, and hence the celebration. Appreciate you coming out here today. There are really three groups that I'd like to recognize for their contribution. I think of these three distinct groups. One of them are our partners, and that's a kind of a broad group, but those are people that are not directly affiliated with Kendall Packaging, nor do they utilize the packaging materials that we produce, but rather they're still those people that have provided a lot of the support for what we do here and the reason why we've been able to be so successful. That group includes Design Structures, who built this facility on time and on budget, which is fantastic. We appreciate what they've done. Other partners are state and local and city officials who have have made Wisconsin and Jefferson a great place to do business and to work. We have our suppliers who day to day supply us the materials and the science and the chemistry and all that polymer stuff that goes on in the background to make the nylons, the polyesters, polypropylenes, the adhesives, and the ink systems. And we appreciate what they do for us on a day-to-day basis. It allows us to continue to do what we do for our customers. We have our financial partners as well. These folks from our bank are folks from M&I, BMO, Harris. We appreciate your funding us. We have had over a 2-decade-long relationship, and that relationship had allowed us, given us the fuel to be able to invest into the business here, to allow us to do what we see and do here today. We appreciate that. Wisconsin Economic Development Group and business partners, lending partners, we appreciate what you do. First Associated, our insurance folks, and M3, Mortensen, Metzel, and Tweetmeyer. We appreciate them covering our flank, providing the benefits and protecting us against whatnot, weather and related and all kinds of things. They too are a reason why we've been as successful as we have been, and we appreciate their investment and commitment to us. And then there's the equipment folks. Those are the other part of our partners. You see a lot of the equipment around today, and you'll get a chance to see it a little bit more up close as you take a tour. Nord Mechanica, Diacro, Bop Schiavi, Slitters, Titan, and W&H presses. These guys are good at what they do. They engineer some of the finest equipment in the world. W&H, Windmiller and Holscher, headquartered out of Leinrich, Germany, manufacture the presses that allow us to do what we do here today, the precision with which we're able to print with. To have one of those things is to like own a Rembrandt. Certainly from a cost standpoint, it seems that way. But it does what it's supposed to do and does it very well so that we can do what we do for our customers. And that's the next group that I think we have to recognize and thank for where we are today and what we're doing here. Customers being the second group. These folks have entrusted us with their brand to preserve, protect, and promote their brand out in the marketplace. And in doing so, we hope that they're able to be successful with their customers and in their marketplace. And in fact, what they have done is pretty much entrusted us with their very reputation. Because if that film doesn't work and it's not printed right and doesn't promote their product right out in the marketplace, they can't be successful. And so they've kind of hitched their wagon to our star. They bought into our vision that we want to be the best flexible packaging company. Not the biggest, but the best. And we appreciate that relationship. In turn, we are guided by their needs and expectations at all times. And it affords us the opportunity to have the highest technology, to protect their brands, and to help them be successful. So we appreciate them as well. And the third group that I think merits recognition for what we have here today, and it really is a wonderful group, it is our employees. Between Mequon, Wisconsin, Pittsburgh, Kansas, and here in Jefferson, we employ nearly 150 people. Now, these are people that every day put on their boots, put on the suit, and show up at the doors Kendall Packaging. 24/7. These are a remarkable group of individuals. They buy into the vision. They walk through the door unselfish, disciplined, focused, and committed to being the best flexible packaging company we can be. And it's through their good works and what they do on a day-to-day basis that allows us to supply our customers and be able to invest here in the community and to be a positive economic force. And I'd like to there's so many. I mean, I'd love to have everybody come up here in a big kumbaya moment, and unfortunately it's not possible. But what I will say is I'd like to point out the efforts of one individual. Nate Friedel, he's around here somewhere, Nate. And it probably doesn't like the spotlight, but I will tell you this. Nate and I have had the good fortune of working together for over 2.5 decades, 25 years. What you see here today, the combination of the plant, the building, the investment in technology, the selection, and the processes, procedures, the work with our wonderful employees, our production partners, our managers, our executive leadership team, Nate makes it happen. And every time we challenge him with a project that's just a little bit bigger, a time frame that's a little bit tighter, and a budget that's a little bit smaller. And what he says to me is, we can make that happen. Unbelievable. So, my hat's off. Now, I was told to be brief, and I told Stuart I'll be as brief as it takes me. So, I got to say, the one thing that we have done here today is really a great achievement. And Nate knows, maybe not Monday, maybe not next week, he's going to get a call from me because it's part of our DNA and how we operate. I'm going to call him. The conversation is going to go something like this. Hey, Nate, it's Eric. Hi. I want to thank you again for what you've done. Fantastic job. Wonderful. Congratulations. Acknowledge that. And then my next question will be, okay, now what? How do we take it to the next level? How do we push? How do we excel? How do we be better tomorrow at doing what we do? How do we meet the needs and expectations of our customers better tomorrow than we did today? And that's just the way we work. That's just kind of our DNA. And I heard a story the other day about a quote from a gentleman named Nolan Bushnell, who was the founder of Atari Games. And it kind of goes along those lines. He said, anybody who's ever taken a shower has had a brilliant idea. But it's that person that steps out of the shower, dries themselves off, and does something with that idea that makes all the difference. That's the people here today. And what I ask you, and I implore you, is take a lot of showers, dry off here at Kendall Packaging, bring us your ideas, we'll turn them into a success. Thank you very much for coming out.